All right, it's Wednesday. Let's take a look at oil prices. We're going to take a look at U.S. job numbers. First things first, oil. Oil is at a 5-year low, which sounds great because it's going to be lower at your pump. Not great for economic futures, though, because this is a good indicator that the economy is going to really start to struggle, especially our GDP, because we're very much an oil country. And if you watch my previous video, you would see that our Western Select oil has already gone down in price because of the divergence between the Bank of Canada and the Federal Reserve when it comes to their one held and one cut. So we have a bit of a stronger dollar that has to be reflective in prices because we ship everything to the US when it comes to our oil. Not all of it, but the majority of our oil goes to the US. So that's all factored into our GDP. But of course, with lower oil, you'll have lower inflation data coming in as well. So there's a silver lining there. I would be remiss not to mention that if we talk about oil, we have to talk about Venezuela and the pending conflict between the US and Venezuela. There's already conflicts going on, embargoes and whatnot. But will it turn into a hot war? More than likely, because it's all about oil. And oil executives are already meeting with the Trump administration about how to deal with the aftermath of a potential conflict. In other words, who's getting what would be my view on this, what's going to happen here. So that's something that's probably going to be going on next year. So we got to keep an eye on that. We also received U.S. job numbers, and they came in more positive than expected in November. They expected 50,000 jobs. They actually had 64,000, but unemployment rate still went up from 4.5 to 4.6. Now, keep those job numbers in mind, take them with a grain of salt, because over 1 million jobs have been revised out of previous job reports, so they're always revised downward. We also got the US payroll data that came in for October. Previously, it was 108,000 for September. It was actually a negative number for October, which is a negative 105,000. So yeah, still a struggling job market in the US. Now, the Fed and the Bank of Canada have meetings in January. It looks like so far with the data we have, they're both probably going to be holding, but that can change at any time with whatever data that comes up. So I'll be keeping you updated. I'm also probably going to do some predictions videos coming your way later in December.